like to give a few other bits of thanks, and I hope you be willing to stay on the stage just a moment as I do this. Look around the room. First, how many conferences have you been to where at the end of the day there's 7 people left? We've got a full house still around here. And congratulate yourself on that. Second, you all need a little exercise though. So I want you to reach to the center of the table and you'll see some cards like this. I want each one of you to move your arm, pick up a card, and while I'm talking, be filling out an evaluation of this because we use this each year to keep adjusting that. So think of it as just your little exercise during the day.
And say nice things about me, or I will withhold funds
and
from
yes,
institutions.
Obviously say good things about. I'd like to again thank a group of people, some in categories and some individually. We have speakers, but not just speakers, but speaker and audiences. How many conferences have you gone to where people go in there, talk, and then leave right away? If you look around, you see a lot of red tags there. Red tags means you're speakers. I was just watching some of the sessions. I was saying, boy, powerful speakers, but what a powerful audience that you had. And that creates a real synergy in a set of conversations. So thank you to the speakers, and thank you for the speakers who were able to spend the whole time here. I understand sometimes, you got to do what you got to do, and you can't be here, but I appreciate it. So thank you for all of the speakers of this conference. The second, if I said this morning, if it weren't for a group of sponsors who stepped up to the table, and you can see all the names in the brochure, it's not that we would be dead in the water. In April, I made the decision about 3 times, I'm going to have to pull the plug on this. No pun intended. Yes, pun intended for an energy conference. But we're going to have to turn off the switch. I just procrastinated from having to do it. And fortunately, we got enough sponsors in here. So without a group of people who are sponsors, and please look at the names there, we wouldn't be here today. So thanks to that group. 3, there's a group of students. I want all the student volunteers, green tags, stand up, please. And they were handing around microphones. They were moving tables. They were making sure that things went smoothly in each one of the sessions. And without this group of volunteers here, the conference would have gone much, much less well than it did. I'd like to particularly thank one person, and Janice, could you make sure she stands up here? My wife, Susan Sweeney, she's professionally as a meeting planner and meeting consultant, so she does it. But for this, she donated a tremendous amount of hours, including last night up to 2:30 in the morning, getting ready for this. And so thank you very much. And then there's a group of people that have these gray tags on it. I'd like each of you to stand up because I'm going to take a moment to read a group of names. That's the committee that worked an amazing number of hours making this happen. Jeff Byron, you can applaud or not applaud whenever you want. Jeff Byron, Mark Golden.
Yay.
Larry Goulder, who's not here, who's recovering from an operation. Mariana Grossman, you got to stand up on the stage. Barbara Haydorn. Julia Huber. Where did Julia go? she was here. Mukesh Cutter. Mukesh. Charlie Kolstad. Pedram Mokrian. Where's Pedram? Okay, Pedram. Well, I'm the Nazir.
Not here?
She's probably still at the desk there. Ralph Rennie, I don't think was able to be here today. He's been on a tremendous traveling jag. Heather Richmond, I don't think was able to be here. Marek Samotij. Marek, you were here a few minutes ago. Anyway, Marek. Elisa Taylor. She's still probably at the desk. She's a tremendous amount of effort. John Wyant, I saw you over there. And could not be here today, Chuck Wilhelm. So, one last group, and I gotta come back again. A conference isn't a conference, a summit isn't a summit without a very valuable group of participants. You know, the energy is created by you as participants and audience, not just while you're here and talking, but the intensive networking going on. So thank you. So with those thanks, I probably missed somebody. Sally? You can say something before I'm done because I want the last word. Come on up here.
Well, there's one other thank you that you haven't said, and I think we would all love to thank you, Jim Sweeney, for a fantastic day.
Thank you, Sally. Precourt Institute for Energy was one of those sponsors, too, that helped us get going. Last year at the end of the conference, I said, I don't think we're going to do another one. This year, I'm going to say, what I'm not sure about is the date of the next one. It's not whether, but it's the date. We've got a date set up in June. There's some reasons for trying to get it to the fall, if we can, because there's doing this about the time of graduation at Stanford creates lots of chaos. So the uncertainty is not whether we're going to go ahead next year, but exactly what the date is. So stay tuned. You'll all get many bits of communication from me. So at the last thing I want you to, you've seen the Michael Killen's picture here. See it in person in the lobby if you haven't. I think that's one of the things. People communicate in many ways. Many of us communicate by being talking heads in here. We communicate also by music and art and feelings and other ways. And one of the traditions we have, thanks to Michael, is being able to communicate in ways other than simply the talking heads. So thank you. So anyway, the last thing I want to say is, eat, drink, and be merry. The reception's going on. Thank you all.